In my last video, I told you a story about how my client missed out on a good opportunity, a good real estate opportunity, because he found a house, and after inspecting the house, he said that the house is dirty and it doesn't fit into his liking. So he missed out on that deal because the house is dirty. And I let you know that you can actually make good money in real estate when you buy properties that are not in their best shape. If you are going to buy a property, you shouldn't just be looking at the flashiness of the house. You can make good money buying properties that are not in their best shape. And I introduce the concept of buying a house, fixing it and flipping it. And in that video, I also made a promise that I am going to elaborate more on that. So this is a fulfillment of that promise. Hello, my name is Chris Asika. If you are new to my channel, welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please support this channel by subscribing to this channel. Click on the bell notification and also do well to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. So I will be explaining how you can buy, fix and flip a property. If you remember, I told you that this is very risky. Buying a property that is not in its best state is very risky, because if you don't know what to do, you are going to lose a lot of money in the process. Because one, you don't know how much you are going to buy the property, you don't have an idea what it will cost you to fix the property, then how much are you going to sell when you are done doing all of these expenses. So I'm going to be explaining all of that in this video. So sit tight. I promise that you are going to learn something new at the end of this video. Before I go further, I would like to let you know that there are a lot of people that are doing this model that I'm about to explain to you today, and they are actually regretting ever going into it. There are a lot of people. Why? Because they didn't take the right step. Take for instance, you see a property that needs renovation, because of course any property that needs renovation is usually underpriced. You see a property that needs a renovation, you buy the property, you put in all the money that is needed for the renovation, and then the property is now very okay to hit the market. And after the renovation, of course, you are going to put your profit, you are going to add your profit, because you are of course into business and you need to make some profit. Now when you add all these costs plus your profit and you put it out in the market, you see that the price that they kept that property is already overpriced. And most times a property that is overpriced stays too long in the market. It takes time to sell a property that is overpriced, and when that property have stayed in the market for 1 year, 2 years, they cannot sell it, they will begin to regret. So I'm going to be revealing to you, there's a step that you are going to take that you're not going to be making this kind of mistake. Now, I have always advised people, if you want to buy and flip a property, it is always advisable to buy a property that needs some kind of improvement. It can be an uncompleted building, it can be a house that needs some kind of renovation, it can be maybe a house that have not been painted. Just make sure that there is an improvement, that there is an improvement, that property can be improved upon, and you are going to offer to the market a better version of that property. Now, when you see a property that needs some kind of improvement, how are you going to know what best to offer? Because this is where a lot of real estate investors, this is where they make a very huge mistake. How are you going to know what is the best offer, what to offer best to the seller? Because this is where a lot of real estate investors, they are making a hell of mistake. Now, when you find a property that you want to buy, fix and flip, the first thing you're going to do is to get a structural engineer and have him inspect that property and give you an estimate of what it will cost to complete that property. Now, after a structural engineer must have given you an estimate of what it will cost to complete that property, the next thing is to look for similar properties that are in the same neighborhood. If, for instance, the property that you want to buy is an uncompleted 4-bedroom duplex sitting on one plot of land somewhere in South Road, Port Harcourt, the next thing you're going to do is to look for a completed 4-bedroom duplex sitting on one plot of land of the same standard and quality in South Road, and get the average of what that kind of property is selling for. Of course, you're not going to just take the price of one property, you're going to compare it with other properties in that same location and get the average. And if after comparing the prices you're able to arrive at 100 million, being an average of what a 4-bedroom duplex sitting on one plot of land of the same standard and quality is selling for in South Road. Then the next thing you're going to do is to times that average. Take for instance, in this case study, the average is 100 million. Now you times 100 million times 0.75. now if you do the math, you're going to get 75 million. Now after you have gotten 75 million, the next thing you're going to do is to minus what it will cost you to complete that building, to minus it from what you have gotten, which is the 75 million. Now if your structural engineer have given you an estimate of 20 million to complete that building, what you're going to do is to minus 20 million from 75 million, and when you have done that, you are going to get 55 million. So what this means is that if you are buying that property for anything 55 million and below, it is a good buy, and you're going to be making the least 25% profit in that day. So in essence, the formula is this: 0.75 times the actual amount of a complete version of that property minus what it will cost you to complete that property. This is the formula. So if you follow this formula, you are going to be making at least 25% profit. Now the benefit of following this formula is that you are not buying a property to wait for the market to determine what you are going to sell your property. Before you even buy the property, you already have an idea what you are going to sell your property, and you already have an idea of the profit you are making. You're not waiting for the market to determine what profit you are going to make. Another advantage is that because you're selling your property at the going price of properties in that location, that property will not stay in the market for a long time because it is selling the same range with other properties that are in that location. Now what if in a year you're able to repeat this cycle 2 times, 4 times, or even 6 times? How much do you think you will be making? So you're going to be making a whole lot of money if you buy properties that are not in their best shape, fix it and flip it. But remember, it is very advisable to follow this formula so that you will not be buying a property that after spending money renovating it and putting it in its best shape, the price of the property is already overpriced and it is going to take long time for you to sell off that property. It is very important you follow this formula. This formula will give you an edge for you to know how much it is best for you to offer whoever you want to buy a property from. At least you have an idea what it is best to offer them, and if they accept your offer, you go ahead with the transaction. So if you've gotten value from this video and you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please support this channel by subscribing to this channel. Click on the bell notification so you'll be notified when we post new videos, and also do well to give this video a thumbs up. Till I come your way next time, my name is Chris Aseka.